Hi, guys. This is a law of attraction story about meeting celebrities. Um, a long time ago, I used to be obsessed with a show called Knots Landing, and I used to watch it all the time. And it was really, really my favorite show. I just loved the show, and I especially loved this storyline between this girl named Paige, and she was played by Nicolette Sheridan. Nicolette Sheridan was one of the early Desperate Housewives, but she didn't stay on the show. But she was in this show, Knots Landing. And at this period of time when I used to watch the show a lot, she had two love interests. One was William Devane. His name on the show was Greg Sumner, but his real name was William Devane. And then she also had this love interest with this guy named Pierce, and he was played by Bruce Greenwood. And Bruce Greenwood is still a pretty famous actor. He's in a lot of shows. He's done a ton of shows. But anyways, so I was at this annual party, and I was standing there, and this guy walks in, and everybody's saying hello to him, and he kind of walks over, and I look up, and I go, hi, not realizing that this guy, I didn't actually know him. I only knew him because he was on my show that I watched every Thursday night. So, and he's like, hi, how you doing? And then he kind of walks into the kitchen, and it was Bruce Greenwood. And I was really excited because I really loved the show, and I was really into that storyline at the time. And so I went and I was talking to him in the kitchen and about the show and stuff. And he could tell I was obviously kind of excited to meet him because it was, it was my favorite show at the time. And so we talked about it, but he wouldn't tell me anything about the storyline. And it was just when, I think he was probably already finished filming because he probably was done. But he didn't tell me what was going to happen. So anyways, I was really excited to meet him. And, it turns out that he knew a bunch of people that, that I knew, but I just never knew that. I didn't know that they knew him. So anyways, I'd never had any idea that he was going to be at this party, and I have never met him again since then. So anyways, I was traveling to Palm Springs, and I decided that for some strange reason I wanted to go to a polo game. And so I went to this polo match, and there's lots of places in Palm Springs to go watch polo, but I went to this place, and I was kind of thinking there's a sign on the gate that says members only. And I didn't want to, it wasn't a huge gate, but I didn't want to cause any problems or anything. But of course, I was thinking all the cool stuff was in, in the place where the members are, and I didn't really want to be kind of on the sidelines, So I was standing at the gate kind of pondering the situation, and this guy comes over and he starts talking to me, and he tells me that his girlfriend is a polo player and she's playing polo today. And I asked him about the the members only. And he said, well, you can come and sit at our table, so don't worry about it. He said, it is members only, but, you can come sit with us. So I thought that was great. Because if I'm going to watch a polo match, I wanted to sit in and, have a drink and everything. So that was great. So I went in there and I was watching the polo with these new friends. And a couple tables down, I could sort of hear, people talking about him, and I look over and it's William Devane. He's sitting there watching polo. And you go in through the clubhouse, but you sort of sit outside, kind of like a patio area. You want kind of like, anyway, so he's a few tables in front. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. There's the other guy from my favorite show that I watch all the time. So I was very familiar with these characters because I was kind of obsessed with the show. And here I've met two of them in person. Now, I didn't actually meet William Devane. He was sitting there. I could have easily walked up to him and talked to him. There was nobody else really around. People were kind of saying, oh, yes, that's so-and-so. But they, there wasn't a crowd gathering or anything like that. And he probably hung out there all the time, so it was no big deal. But it was kind of a big deal to me because I just knew his character so well from the show, and I'd already met the other character from the show. So I don't know if you think this is a law of attraction story or not. You can comment down below and let me know what you think. But it was just a cool story for me because it was a show that I was so familiar with at the time, and that I met actually two characters out of the show, one that I talked to and one that I saw in person. And I've never ever seen either of them in person since. I've seen Bruce Greenwood on TV and movies because he's in a lot of stuff, but I've never seen him in person since then. And like I said, this was back in the, late 90s, I guess, just before the show, or sometime in the 90s, maybe not late 90s, sometime in the 90s, just before this show ended. So I don't know if it qualifies. I wasn't trying to meet them, so I don't know if it qualifies as a law of attraction, but I just really loved the show. So anyway, somehow I did end up meeting those two guys. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll hopefully put up another law of attraction success story soon. Okay, thank you. Bye.